So by today, I have only 8 more days until my exam. So as last week, I finished my audio lectures by Mark Klimek. Mark Klimek, what do I think of him? Great lecturer. I haven't taken his class or anything, I just got the audio files from someone else, but if you're ever around the local area and you want to take his review, by all means, take his review. So this week, now that I'm finished with audio lectures, I'm just gonna work on comprehensive stuff. Browse through my notes and look at the things that I really don't know that I believe most people should know. I'm also going by, what kind of things are mentioned in reviews over and over again. Probably like normal stuff like digoxin and all those things. Sometimes even though you've heard some terms and drugs all over again, over and over, sometimes it just doesn't catch on, or sometimes you just forget. Yeah, so no more system by system. So I'll just go over some rationales and look over them. Question update, I have just finished 617 questions of this week. I don't know how I wind up getting to the odd numbers, but yeah, 617 questions this week, as of last Sunday. So altogether, in the past couple weeks that I started this bullet journal, I accomplished 1,249 questions. I also forgot to include that before I even started all these, this bullet journal, that I actually finished all the questions in the NCLEX-RN Mastery app. So other than the 1,249 questions that I've already done, there's still the 1,800 questions that I did on NCLEX-RN Mastery. The other day I found out that one of my friends failed her exam in 75 questions. Kind of spooked me a bit, kind of made me anxious. And in about 8 days, it's about to be my turn. So yesterday my cousin just walked into my room and started reviewing with me a little bit, just talked about some concepts. He just passed his NCLEX-RN exam. And as I was talking with him and going through all the systems, I noticed that, I knew more than I had thought I didn't know. As he and I were both going back and forth and talking about the different concepts, I noticed that I actually learned something. So he'd ask me some kind of questions like, oh, so what happens when this happens to the body, and then how does it react, and then what things are given, what things are nurses looking out for, what would you do as a nurse? So when he asked me those kinds of questions, I would answer back, what I know about physiology, what I know about the body as a whole, and at the same time, things that you would consider as a nurse and things you would watch out for, and it just kind of came out naturally. I mean, it was kind of like a slow delay in between each answer, but eventually, I led to the right answer, and he just nodded his head in approval. Again, I don't know everything, and that's okay. At the same time, I don't not know anything at all. Before I took my first exam, I just went through Saunders' book, and I just thought, okay, I just need to read through this, kind of refreshing up on some nursing knowledge and some basic nursing stuff. And yeah, I'll be fine. I just gotta review what I learned in nursing school. Because I think in the Philippines, that's kind of exactly what you just need, like a refresh of what you learned in nursing school, and then you'll be okay. But here, when you take the NCLEX-RN, it's different. It's more on critical thinking and what you learned in nursing school and how you can apply it. Like, how can you see the patient and see the basic image of the patient and still be able to understand what's going on in his body with this particular disease, what kind of symptoms and manifestations and needs that this client may have. All those things you just got to keep in mind. So this week, what I'm going to do in order to practice comprehensively, test myself comprehensively, UWorld, back to back, and at the same time, I'm probably going to look at a few other topics that I'm weak in, like maternity and gastro, and I think uro. Yeah, those topics are kind of so-and-so. So if you guys by any chance have any thoughts, experiences that you want to share down below about what you did for your last week in preparation for your NCLEX exam, please feel free to share. It would be much appreciated. I always read the comments. Like I heard the day before your exam, most people don't study. Did you do that? Did you review flashcards or something? What works for you? So most of the time I'll just be at UWorld, and then I'll be doing other things like Lippincott, Brilliant Nurse, and other question banks that I have access to. So with that said, study well, rest best, and pray the most. Thanks for watching.